What up, YouTube? It's NoChainzz, and I am back for another commentary, and this is another episode of the Bo Callahan story. And I know it's been a while since I posted this, so I'm just going to go back and show you guys the article that the Tampa Tribune had in this particular issue. The cover had a picture of Bo Callahan, as you're looking at now, and the headline was "Not Your Average Bo." Of course, that came after he put together a few good performances versus the Patriots and the Saints. And here are his impressive numbers: 9 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions, 60% completion, and just playing very, very well. On the ground as well, 77 yards, averaging 3.5 yards a carry ever since our offensive coordinator added in that option into our offense. And Vincent Jackson, easily our best receiver, and easily our worst receiver is Shepard. I'm not sure his first name, forgive me for that, but he is just terrible. He drops everything. But nonetheless, we are getting into a game versus the Arizona Cardinals, coached by Bruce Arians, 0-3 so far on the season. So they are not playing well, while the Buccaneers come into this game at 2-1, losing in week 1 versus the New York Jets. And Bo Callahan didn't play great, and there was some speculation going on in the media that he hadn't earned the trust of his teammates, and he quickly put those critics to silence as he put together 2 good games, and now we're 2-1. One win was versus the New Orleans Saints, a division rival. But let's see if he can keep up his very impressive play. As like I said, he's only thrown 2 interceptions, so taking care of the ball, and has thrown 9 touchdowns and is putting a lot of points on the board for his team. But he is on the move right now. We're going to hit Vincent Jackson, beating the coverage of Patrick Peterson, and he'll be brought down inside the 20-yard line, but I think it will come back. Let's see if it's holding, which it is, so that play will come back. So 3rd down and very long now. Bo Callahan is back to pass. Just going to throw this one away, and we will punt the ball. That drive looked very promising. But then they're going to send out Carson Palmer, king of the pick six, if you ask me. Well, in Cincinnati he was. He threw tons of pick sixes. But speak of the devil, I sort of said that because I knew he did that. But look, they throw a pick 6, and then they get us all the way down to the 3-yard line. So we're in position to take a 2-possession lead. We hand it off to Doug Martin. He will not be able to get anything. So 2nd down to go. We're going to go read option. Bo Callahan just barely missed the end zone that time. And then we're going to finish off this drive, handing it to the muscle hamster, and he increases our lead to 14 points. Our defense has been playing great all year, and they get the ball back for us inside the 5-yard line and score a touchdown of their own. So our defense, like I said, is just playing at a championship level right now. So Bo Callahan barely has been on the field, and Carson Palmer has already thrown 2 interceptions, complete with a pick 6. But here's a read option for Bo Callahan. Very good blocking. He picks up about 15 yards that time. 2nd down and 7. We're going to Vincent Jackson. He finds a soft spot in the coverage, and he will pick up a 1st down. Bo Callahan, very nice pocket. Gonna find Luke Stalker this time. And he was a teammate that was particularly frustrated with Bo Callahan. But here's Vincent Jackson. He breaks 2 tackles and steps out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So we could take a 3-touchdown lead, and we do just that. Doug Martin gets into the end zone for his 2nd score of the game. Very impressive drive by Bo Callahan in this offense. But we are looking right now to increase our lead to 28 points. Like I said, our defense is playing great, but Bo Callahan is going deep, and he will be intercepted by Patrick Peterson, one of the better cornerbacks in the league today. And they will get 3 points off of that takeaway, and Bo Callahan will make another bad decision, and he has to really try hard to not let these mistakes snowball and allow the Arizona Cardinals to come back in this game, as they were down by 21 points. So this is very interesting. 2nd down and 6. We're going to get a drop pass. That'll force 3rd down. We will not get it, but we will receive the ball to start off the 2nd half. And then we go to Vincent Jackson. He picks up a nice chunk of yards, and then we're going to go to him again. He cannot be covered today, as he picks up yet another large chunk of yards, making big plays through the air. And then we're going to hurt them on the ground. Bo Callahan picks up about 10 yards that time. A lot of people don't even realize that Bo Callahan can run. He doesn't have over 100 yards on the season yet. But anyway, he's going deep, and he will be intercepted by Johnson that time. And that does not bode well for our young quarterback, as the Tampa Bay media loves to crucify this guy and make him seem like less than what he is. He's had 2 great games, but then he follows it up with a terrible game with 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. Let's see if he can pick up one late in the 4th quarter and put this game out of reach. Not only has he thrown 3 interceptions, but he's allowed the Cardinals to come back after getting them good field position a couple of times, or one time actually. That second interception gave him very good field position. Nonetheless, they were only down by 8 points, but our defense scored again and pushed the lead to 2 possessions. And Bo Callahan really has to get it together, but Louis Murphy Jr. will take a hit from Georgia Loca, and he still holds on to the ball. Then we're going to go to Latrell Hawkins, and he picks up 13. So maybe Bo Callahan will get a late touchdown pass here. We're going to Luke Stalker, and he will get us inside the 20-yard line to the 17. But that drive will stall, and we will settle for a field goal. So now the score is 31-13. That will pretty much wrap up the game. Very, very great. I mean, Jesus, great game by our defense. Carson Palmer had to throw at least like 4 interceptions. You'll see they scored 2 touchdowns. Doug Martin played very, very well. But Bo Callahan, terrible day. 18 for 29, 45.7 QBR, and 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. So actually got outplayed by Carson Palmer, even though Carson Palmer threw 3 interceptions. But Doug Martin didn't do too well, actually. He had 2 touchdowns, but no yards. The offense just played so terrible. And then the touchdowns that we scored, we were set up for with good field position. I think we went on 1 long drive that game. But I mean, everybody has a bad game every once in a while. It's time to get back on the practice field and get better. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers move on to 3-1 on the season. Luckily this time, even though we won by a convincing 11 points, our defense was the main reason why. But here is the article following that bad performance by Bo Callahan on Tampa Bay's own website. The Bo we know. And I think that's taking a shot at the Bo we saw early in the season. He didn't play too well, but he had 2 games, like I said, 2 very good games, and then he sort of went back to his old ways where he didn't play too well. So they're taking a shot at him. I don't know if this is their way of challenging him to do well. Nonetheless, I'm sure it will fuel the fire of Bo Callahan, and he'll come out next game firing. And I'm promising you guys some very good numbers next game, and I'll see you guys then later.